Hi guys, good day. It's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class, it's all about evaluating the polynomials at the given value of x. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So we have given polynomials class p of x equals x raised to the power of 4 minus 4x cubed minus 7x squared plus 22x plus 18. And we do have given x values. We have negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So we need to substitute this value of x from this given equation so that we can get the answer in this p of x. So once we get the answer class, we will be choosing the answer here on the given letters. Value of a, which is 17. Value of c, negative 3. E is 5, so on. Alright, so let's start class. P of x. Now to evaluate polynomials class, you just need to substitute the value of x. That's how you evaluate class. Simply substitute the value of x. So if x is negative 2, let's substitute the negative 2 from this equation. Alright, so let's start. So this will be p of negative 2. So our x will be negative 2 given for x negative 2. We just simply substitute negative 2 from this equation. Alright, so let me copy the equation first. X raised to the power of 4. So instead of p of x, we change x into negative 2. Minus 4x cubed minus 7x squared plus 22x plus 18. Alright, substitute the value of x, which is negative 2. So negative 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 4 times negative 2 raised to the power of 3 minus 7 times negative 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 22 times negative 2 plus 18. Alright, so this will be negative 2 raised to the power of 4 class. It means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. You multiply this negative 2 by itself 4 times. That's the meaning of power class. Alright, so this will be negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So this will be negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4, times negative 2, that's negative 8. Positive times negative is negative. Then negative 8 times negative 2, that's positive 16. Negative times negative is positive. Alright, so that would be positive 16. Once again, class, if the number negative 2 raised to the power of an even number, your answer is always positive, class. Now, what if a negative number raised to the power of an odd number? Example, class, negative 2 raised to the power of an odd number. 3 is an odd number. So your answer, class, will be negative. If it's even number, your answer will be positive. Let's try, class. Negative 2 raised to the power of 3. That's negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4. Times negative 2, that's negative 8. So if a negative number raised to the power of an odd number, your answer is negative. If a negative number raised to the power of an even number, your answer will be positive. Alright, so this will be positive 16. Then once again, class, do not multiply negative 4 and negative 2. You simplify first negative 2 raised to the power of 3. Always follow PEMDAS, class. Parentheses, exponents comes first before multiplication. So, simplify this one first. Negative 2 raised to the power of 3. Copy first, negative 4. Negative 4, then multiply. Negative 2 raised to the power of 3. It means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. We answered that a while ago. Negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4. Times negative 2, that's negative 8. Alright, so negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4. Times negative 2, that's negative 8. Alright, and then once again, do not multiply negative 7 and negative 2. Copy first negative 7. You simplify parentheses exponent. Right, so this will be negative 7 times negative 2 times negative 2. Once again, negative 2 squared, it means you multiply negative 2 by itself twice. Negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4. And then you multiply this one, 22 times negative 2, positive times negative, that is negative 44 plus 18. Once again, class, if you multiply negative and like signs, negative and positive, the answer is always negative. So simplify, this will be copy 16. Once again, do not subtract. Multiplication comes first before subtraction. So multiply this one. Negative 4 times negative 8, that's positive 32. Negative times negative is positive. Negative 4 times 4, negative 7 times 4, negative times positive is negative. 7 times 4 is 28. And then, negative 44 plus 18. Let's copy this one first. That's negative 44, then plus 18. Alright, so quite tricky, right? But we need to do this one class step by step. So this will be, alright, this will be arranged class for you not to be confused. We need to arrange this one. Once again, class, it's very confusing if you have both positive and negatives. So the thing that you will do, class, for you not to be confused, you need to arrange. So we have positive numbers, so arrange. This will be 16 plus 32. Then another positive number plus 18 minus 28 minus 44. So this will be 16 plus 32, that's 48 plus 18, 48 plus 18. 8 plus 8 is 16, carry 1. So this will be 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6, 66. So 66 minus 28 minus 44. Alright, so this will be 66 minus 28. 6 minus 8 cannot be. Borrow 1. This will be 5. This will be 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. And then 5 minus 2 is 3. 38. 38. So this will be 38. 66 minus 28, that's 38 minus 44. So 38 minus 44, if the signs are not the same, you subtract. This is positive 38, this is negative 44. If the signs are not the same, you subtract, then copy the sign of the larger number. So this will be 44 minus 38. So borrow 1. Okay, borrow 1, this will be 3. Then this will be 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. 3 minus 3 is 0. So negative, we will be copying negative 6. Negative sign test because 44 is greater than 38. So the answer is negative 6. Alright, so our answer is negative 6. Do we have negative 6 in our message for the letter? Negative 6. Yup, we have negative 6. That would be S. Alright, so the answer here, I will just put the answer, that is negative 6. Okay, let me write it in black. Negative 6. And the letter is S. So we have negative 6 for S. Alright, that's the answer for negative 2 class. Quite tricky, right? But you need to do this one class step by step. So let's answer negative 1. Substitute the value of negative 1. Alright, so this will be P of negative 1. P of negative 1. So this will be negative 1 raised to the power of 4. Just simply substitute class the value of x, which is negative 1, minus 4 times negative 1 raised to the power of 3, minus 7 times x is negative 1 raised to the power of 2, plus 22x plus 18. Equals, so negative 1 raised to the power of 4, it means you multiply this negative 1 by itself 4 times. Now, since this is even number, raised to the power of even number, your answer will be positive. So, negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1. Positive 1 times negative 1, that's negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1. Alright, so your answer will be positive 1. Once again, class, do not be confused with this one. Negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1. Negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1. 1 times 1 is positive 1. But remember this one, class, if you have an even number enclosed with this negative number, your answer will be always positive. Okay, so next will be, do not multiply negative 4 and 1. You need to copy negative 4 first. You simplify, class, parenthesis exponent. So negative 1 raised to the power of 3, it means you multiply negative 1 by itself 3 times. So negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. Since this is an odd number, a negative number raised to the power of an odd number, your answer is always negative. Negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1, times negative 1, that's negative 1. This is negative 1 minus 7. Then once again, simplify this one, parenthesis exponent. By the way, this is 22 times, this is not 22x, this will be 22 times negative 1. Our x class will be negative 1. Then plus 18. Alright, so this will be negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1. You multiply negative 1 by itself twice, that's positive 1. Then 22 times negative 1, 22 times negative 1, that is negative 22. Then plus 18. Alright, so this will be, by the way class, the given example on the book, this is, the last number class is 5. This will be 5. Alright, so 5 there will be quite tricky later on. So this will be 1, then negative 4 times negative 1, that's positive 4. Negative times negative is positive, positive 4. Negative 7 times 1, that's negative 7. We need to do this one class step by step because this will be quite tricky. Once again class, in mathematics, if you commit mistake in signs, even in science class, your answer will be all wrong. So always remember this one class. Be careful with the signs class. Be careful with the signs. So negative times negative is positive. Negative times positive is negative. Negative times negative is positive. Negative times positive is negative. Then copy negative 22, then plus 18. Alright, so we need to arrange this one class for you not to be confused because there are so many students, they will be committing mistakes in this particular scenario. So you need to arrange class. You copy first the positive, then next will be negative. So this will be 1 plus 4, then we have positive 18, minus 7, minus 22. So you need to arrange class for you not to be confused because there are so many students, they will be confused with this one. You need to arrange. So this will be 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 18, that would be 23. Minus 7 minus 22. So this will be 23 minus 7, that is 16. Okay, 23 minus 7, that is 16. Minus 22. So once again, if the signs are not the same, we have positive 16, negative 22. If the signs are not the same, once again class, I get the 16 by 23 minus 7. 23 minus 7, that is 16. Then 16 minus 22. If the signs are not the same, you subtract 22 minus 16, that is 6. Then you copy the sign of the larger number. So we have negative 6. Alright, another negative 6. Where is negative 6 class? And the given letters. Oh, it's only S. So our answer is still negative 6. Then that would be S. SS. So we have SS now. SS for number, example number 2. For negative x is negative 1. So we have still negative 6. Alright, so let's try 0. So what if x is 0? So this will be, so our x now will be 0. So that's how you evaluate class. Just simply substitute the value of x. So this will be 0 raised to the power of 4 minus 4 times 0 raised to the power of 3 minus 7. Just substitute the value of 0 class from this x. We have given x which is 0. So x is 0 raised to the power of 2 plus 22 times 0 plus 18. Alright, so this one class, we can cancel this out because 0 times 0 times 0 times 0 times 0, this is 0. Alright, this will be 0. You can cancel this out. Then 0 raised to the power of 3, that would be 0 times negative 4, that's still 0. Okay, so you can cancel this out. What's 0 raised to the power of 3, that's 0 times 0 times 0, that's 0. Multiplied by negative 4, the answer is 0. Any number multiplied by 0, the answer is 0. So you can cancel this out. This will be 0 times 0 is 0 times negative 7. That is still 0. You can cancel this out. 22 times 0, that's still 0. You can cancel this out. And the remaining will be 18. Alright, so the answer is 18. Do we have 18 in the letters? Yep, we have 18, which is I. So this is I. So this will be I. Okay. This is 18, and the letter will be I. Let me just write it in big letter, I. Alright, so that's letter I. So we have SSI. Alright, so let's try. What if x is positive 1? Alright, so let's do that. Easy for 0, right? Quite easy for 0. So this will be P of 1, P of positive 1. So P of positive 1 equals 1 raised to the power of 4. So later on, class, in the next part of our video, we will be solving factor theorem and division theorem. Or sorry, remainder theorem. And then we will be dealing with fractions, class. Let's solve evaluating polynomials, class, dealing with fractions. So I'm sure there are so many students confused with fractions. Do not be worried, we will explain that one, class, step by step. So x is positive 1 minus 4, then x is positive 1 raised to the power of 3 minus 7, then x is positive 1 raised to the power of 2 plus 22 times 1, x is 1, once again x is 1 class from this given, plus 18. So this will be, alright, so 1 raised to the power of 4, it means you multiply 1 by itself 4 times. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Your answer is still 4. Still 1 class. Once again, you multiply x raised to the power of 4. 1 raised to the power of 4. It means you multiply this 1 4 times. So 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. That's still 1. Positive 1. Then once again, do not multiply negative 4 and 1. You simplify this one first. So negative 4, copy. Then 1 raised to the power of 3, it means 1 times 1 times 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is still positive 1. Alright, then this will be negative 7 times 1 times 1. So 1 raised to the power of 2, it means 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is still 1. I hope you get this one, class. 1 raised to the power of 3. It doesn't mean 1 times 3. It means 1 times 1 times 1. And 1 times 1 times 1 is still 1. Positive 1. Then plus 22 times 1 is 22. Then plus 18. Alright, so simplify this one. This is 1. Negative 4 times 1, that's negative 4. Negative 7 times 1, that's negative 7. Plus 22 plus 18. Alright, once again, class, do not solve this part. Do not combine directly. You will be confused. You need to arrange, class. Positive, then negative. So, copy positive 1. We have positive 1. Then positive 22. Okay, this is equals. Then positive 18. Minus 4. Minus 7. So, combine. This is 1 plus 22. That's 23. Plus 18. Okay, or 22 plus 18. That is 40. Plus 1. That is 41. Alright, so 23 plus 18. 1 plus 22 is 23 plus 18. Let me try that. 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry 1. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 1 is 4. 41. Alright, then 41 minus 4 minus 7. So 41 minus 4, that is 37. Minus 7. 37 minus 7, that is 30. Easy, right? If you arrange this one, class, this will be really easy. So you need to arrange, class. Alright, so 30. Do we have 30 in the given letters? Yep, we have 30. It's letter O. So we have two O's. O is positive 2 and O is positive 30. So this O, class, we will choose this O. So 30. Oh, sorry. This is letter O. So we have the message SSIO. And then the answer is 30. Alright, so last number, class, is 5. It's actually 5. I made a mistake a while ago. I put 2. It's actually 5 on the book, class. It's 5. Alright, so this will be quite complicated now. It's raised to the power of 5. No, the px is 5, class. This will be more complicated. So let's try to solve that one. This is 5. So this will be 5 raised to the power of 4. This will be more complicated class. 5 raised to the power of 4, it means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. You multiply 5 by itself 5 times. Then minus 4 times 5 raised to the power of 3. Minus 7 times 5 raised to the power of 2. Plus 22 times 5 plus 18. Alright, so quite complicated now. 5 raised to the power of 4, it means you multiply 5 by itself 4 times. So 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25 times 5. So 25 times 5. So 25 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 carry 2. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. 125. So 5 times 5 is 25. Times 5, that's 125. Times another 5. So 125 times another 5. Quite tricky, right? So actually, there are some students that they will do it this way, class, because they will be confused in that way. 5 times 5, that's 25. So you have 2 5s. Alright, times 5. So 25 times 5. A while ago, the answer is 125. So you have 3 5s now. So last one 5. 125 times 5. So this will be 5 times 5 is 25. 5 carry 2. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. Carry 1. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. 625. So 5 raised to the power of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 625. So this will be 625 minus, copy 4. Once again, do not multiply. Parentheses, exponents comes first. So 5 raised to the power of 3. We answered that one a while ago. 5 times 5 is 25 times 5. The answer is 125. You multiply 5 by itself 3 times. So that would be 125. Minus 7 times 5 times 5. So you multiply 5 by itself twice. Squared. 5 times 5 is 25. Plus 22 times 5. So these are quite large numbers, class. So we need to do it step by step, class. Be careful with the signs, class. So 22 times 5 positive times positive, that would be positive. So 22 times 5, 5 times 2 is 10, carry 1, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 110. 110 plus 18. Alright, and then you multiply this one. So copy 625. Then you multiply this one, negative 4 times 125. Negative times positive. Negative times positive, that would be negative. You multiply this one, 125 times 4. So 4 times 5 is 20. 0 carry 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. 0 carry 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. 500. So negative, this will be negative 500 plus. Negative times positive is negative. Negative 500. Then you multiply. Once again, negative times positive, your answer will be negative. You multiply this one, class. 25 times 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 carry 3. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 3, that will be 17. 175. Negative 175 plus 110 plus 18. Alright, so we need to arrange, class, for us not to be confused. Arrange this one. So arrange, this will be, so once again, you need to arrange this one. So this will be 625 positive, then positive 110, then positive 18, minus 500, minus 175. Alright, so this will be 625 plus 110 plus 18. So you need to add 625 plus 110 plus 18. So let me add this one. So 5 plus 18. 5 plus 8, that is 13. 3 carry 1. Alright, then 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. 5. 6 plus 1 is 7. 753. Then minus 500. minus 175. Alright, so 753 minus 500. So 753 minus 500, that would be 253, right? Alright, because 753 minus 500, that's 253. So we can actually subtract that one class. 753 minus 500 manually or intellectually. 753 minus 500, you still have 253. Then minus 175. So 253 minus 175. So 3 minus 5 cannot be, borrow 1. Alright, so this will be 4, this will be 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. 4 minus 7 cannot be, borrow 1. So this will be 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. 78. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. So 78 class. The final answer is 78. 253 minus 175 is 78. Alright, so I hope you're still with me that it's 78. So the answer is 78. That's it, class. That's the answer, 78. So do we have 78 in our letters? Yep, we do have 78. That would be letter N. This is our N, 78. So this will be 78. And then our letter is N. S-S-I-O-N. Alright, sorry. Let me write it in red, class. S-S-I-O-N. That's it, class. All set for this evaluating the polynomials. So if you have some questions, class, with regards to evaluating polynomials, go ahead. You leave a comment in the comment section down below because we will be answering that one. So once again, class, if you evaluate polynomials, class, you need to do it step by step. Be careful with the signs, class. Once again, this is Teacher MJ, and I hope you learned something new today. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Bye-bye.